So thank God. That song has been stuck in my head for the last 3 days. Big country girl over here. So Kane Brown, thank God. Amazing. Hello. I am turning 26 this week, and I have been reflecting on it more than I really thought I would. I am not a big birthday person. Birthdays to me, it's not that I hate them. Birthdays to me are just another day. I've never been a big birthday girly. I see it as another day, and I'm grateful to have another trip around the sun, and that's the way that I've always looked at it. This year it's hitting me a little bit differently, and I'm not really sure why, because I'm 26, I'm young as fuck, and you may not agree with me, or maybe you do, or you may be being like, this bitch thinks she's old, but 26 is still extremely young. And reflecting on it as much as I have, I've really been taking a step back and thinking about the things that I have learned along the way and the takeaways from life and the experiences and the relationships that I have had. And I'm gonna share some of those because it is so easy for us to get wrapped up in the day-to-day and life in general that we forget some of the things that have resonated with us so much and that have helped make us who we are, because every single thing that we have experienced in our lives, good, bad, ugly, in between, has come together to make us who we are in this moment. And I think that's a fucking beautiful thing, because we are all just kind of mosaics of every person that we've experienced in our life, every relationship that we've had in our life, every single thing that has crossed our path. We're a mosaic of that. And I've learned a lot from my own experiences, and I've learned a lot from my own relationships with people. And being able to understand those on such a deeper level and have so much appreciation for them, and being able to be 26, have another year, be alive for another year, be here experiencing life in this way, it's a fucking incredible thing. And one of the most important things I have learned in my brief 26 years on this planet is you did the best you could at the time with the tools and the knowledge that you had. So don't be so hard on yourself, because it is so easy for us to look back on past experiences and hyperfixate on them because we didn't do things in the ways that we would do them now. But the thing about that is the knowledge that we have now, we didn't have then because we hadn't experienced that situation yet or that experience yet. And you learn through those experiences and through those situations. So we beat ourselves up so often and fixate on things from our past because, oh, well, I could have done this differently. Well, I could have done that differently. If I did this or if I did that, it would have turned out this way or that way. You did the absolute very best you could at the time with the tools and the knowledge that you were given. So stop being so hard on yourself. Cultivate a relationship with yourself. And I mean that in the deepest sense of the way that I am saying that. Cultivate a meaningful, loving relationship, healthy relationship with you and yourself, because we are our longest commitment. We are our longest relationship. We spend the rest of our lives with ourselves. And not only that, the relationship that we have with ourselves creates a domino effect for the other relationships that we have in our lives. So if we don't have a good relationship with ourselves, if we don't have healthy personal boundaries, healthy self-love, it's gonna create a domino effect in personal relationships in our life, whether it's romantic partners, friendships, careers, work friends, whatever. It is going to create a domino effect in those relationships in our lives, because if we don't love ourselves and have that commitment to ourselves, it is very hard to have healthy, stable relationships with other people. Spend time with yourself. Get comfortable being alone. No matter how uncomfortable it is at the beginning, stick to it, because everything gets easier with practice, especially spending time with yourself. The idea of being alone used to fucking terrify me. I used to hate the idea of being by myself because I thought that if I was alone, it meant that I was unlovable and I was unworthy and I was undeserving. And now I am my favorite company. I love spending time with myself. I love being alone. And not in the sense of I don't love spending time with my loved ones. I do. But I cherish the relationship I have with myself so much because I built it from so much self-loathing and so much hatred that I had for myself and so much shit that I tolerated from people in bad relationships, bad friendships, you name it. I tolerated so much from people that I didn't deserve tolerating any of those things because I lacked self-love to such an extent that I let people treat me however they wanted to, whether it was good or bad, because I felt as though that if they weren't in my life, that I wasn't lovable and that I wasn't worthy and deserving, which is the furthest thing from the truth, because you are so worthy, deserving, and of everything, of every healthy, loving relationship, you are so worthy and deserving of that. So being able to cultivate that relationship with yourself, a long-lasting, healthy, stable relationship with yourself, is the foundation for every single relationship that we have in our lives. Be careful of the company that you keep, because misery loves company. We all have those people in our lives that I don't even know how to explain it. You just have that feeling in your gut that they don't want what's best for you, or they haven't really done anything to you, but they just give you that weird feeling that you're like, I don't know. Misery loves company. So be careful of the company that you keep, because sometimes we don't see it right away. Sometimes our body knows it before we do. But people will see things in us that they wish they had in themselves and will try to dim that light sometimes to bring us down to their level, or make us feel insecure about ourselves, or project their own insecurities onto us because they see something within us that they wish they had within themselves. So be careful of that, because you deserve to shine as fucking brightly as you want, to be as authentically you as you can possibly be. So when you have other people in your life who are not at the same vibration as you, sometimes they'll try to bring you down to that lower vibration. So be careful of the company that you keep. Which brings me into gut feelings are guardian angels. My mom said this to me growing up as long as I can remember. She would always tell me, or not always, but if there was something that I wanted to do and she didn't want me to do it, she'd be like, it's just in my gut, Eden. I can't tell you why, I can't explain it. It's in my gut. And her gut was always right. And growing up, as I've learned to tune in to my intuition more, every single time I have gone against my gut, something has gone wrong. And it showed me why I should have listened to my gut. Our bodies know so much more than we do. Gut feelings are guardian angels. So if your body is telling you something about a person or a situation, listen to it, because it's happening for a reason. I'm a very spiritual person, and there are external forces at work around us all the time. And you don't have to have the same higher power as me. Whatever your higher power is, there are forces at work all of the time that are sending us signals even when we aren't paying attention to it. In a huge way to know what they are sending us is tuning into your intuition and tuning into your gut. So always listen to your gut, always listen to what your body is telling you. Which brings me into, don't don't let the opinions of others bother you as much as you do. And I know that's so fucking easier said than done, but I learned it in this way. And this was the best possible way for me to actually understand it and be like, wow, other people, like, it really doesn't matter that much. We are our own main characters. We are the own main characters in our lives, right? People are not thinking about you as much as you think that they are thinking about you, because we obsess so much about ourselves and our own lives because it's our life. You're not thinking that in-depthly about your neighbor and how intricate their life is because it's their life, so you're not thinking about it as much. And when I took a step back, when I used to really let people's opinions bother me, I thought about it in the way of, am I thinking about other people as much as I think about myself? No, not at all. I don't consume my mind with other people's lives because it's their life. It's not mine. So when you take a step back from the situation, when you are dwelling on other people's opinions of you and you're really letting it get to you, which is a complete normal human innate thing, that we let other people's opinions get to us because it's pretty much how we're raised throughout society. We just get opinions from people thrown at us our entire lives. So it's really hard sometimes to not let those opinions get to us. But when you're in the moment and people's opinions are bothering you at your core, take a step back for a moment and ask yourself, do I think about other people as much as I think about myself? And I guarantee you the answer is no. Because when you realize that, wow, I don't think about other people that much, no one's really thinking about me that much. And that light bulb moment will go off in your head. And you're like, wow, no one else's opinion really matters. Because as long as you like yourself, because like I said, you are your longest relationship. So as long as you like yourself, you are happy within yourself, it doesn't matter what other people think. And yes, I know, it is so much easier said than done, but there is a lot of truth behind it. And I know that that's really fucking cliche. Don't let people's opinions bother you. It's really fucking cliche, but it's really true. Because if we allow other people's opinions to dictate our lives, we will never become the people that we were meant to be, that we were put here to be. Which brings me to this. You are here for a reason. The days that you are questioning it, the days that you feel like there is no purpose for you here, I promise you there is. I promise you that you are not, there is no mistake that you are here right now at this time, on this planet, in this body. There was no mistake. You are here for a reason. You may not know it at this very moment. You may be lost, you may be confused, and that's okay. But never question the fact that you should be here, because you absolutely should be here. You are here for a reason. You have a purpose of being here. Follow whatever sets your soul on fire, because that is your purpose. That is why you are here. Which brings me to, it gets better. It gets better. I thought for a very, very long time that I didn't have a reason to be here and that I didn't have a purpose to be here. And I let a lot of things consume me with so much anger and so much hatred for such a long time that I never saw the light at the end of the tunnel. And turning 26, that is something that hit me harder than I really thought it would. That younger me didn't think that we'd live this long. Didn't think that we'd make it to 26. Because younger me didn't think that it would get better. And it did. And being able to look back on those times in my life where I was so broken with myself and I was really a shell of who I was and I never thought that it would get better. And being able to look at who I am now and how fucking far I've come. it has gotten so much better than I ever thought possible. So no, it gets better. It gets easier. You are here for a reason. You are loved. You are more loved than you possibly know. And I know that it's very easy sometimes to let the bullshit in life get the better of us and make us believe that we aren't here for a reason and that we don't have a purpose, and that it's very easy to get sucked in to everything. But it's just that, it's bullshit. It's not, there's so much life to be lived. There's so much joy to have and see, and people to meet, and relationships to have, which brings me into, you will love again. If you have ever been heartbroken and you have felt like your world is crumbling around you and that you'll never love again and that this person was the one, and that if you've ever been heartbroken, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But you will love again. You haven't even met the majority of the people in your life that you're gonna love. And if you ask me, that's a pretty fucking amazing thing to think about. Think about all the people that you have you have yet to meet in your life that you are going to create incredible relationships with, incredible bonds with, incredible memories with, that you are going to love more than you ever thought imaginable. And that heartbreak that you've gone through in your past, it's just gonna be a memory. Because I've had times where I never thought I would love again. And I now look back on those relationships that broke my heart. And I look back on them with fond memories, because regardless of however they ended, there were really good times in there. And I'm really grateful for the love that was there at the time. And I'm really grateful for everything that I took away from those relationships, whether they worked out or not. Because the truth about relationships, which is, I think maybe it's kind of morbid, maybe not. You either get married and you spend the rest of your life together, or you break up. That is what you're risking every single time that you fall for someone. Which brings me into, wear your heart on your sleeve, no matter how scary it is. Being vulnerable is the scariest thing in the world. And for a long time, I thought that sharing my feelings and telling people that I love them and telling people that I care about them and wearing my heart on my sleeve was a sign of weakness. And as I've gotten older, I have learned that it is my greatest strength. Being able to be vulnerable and wear your heart on your sleeve and love others and be compassionate towards others and be open to falling in love again and be open to having a relationship with other people when you've been hurt, because we've all been hurt. We've all experienced pain in our lives. Being able to still see life through a lens of love after that, that is the strongest thing that you could possibly do. There is so much fucking beauty in that. Never let this world make you cold. No matter what you've been through, never let this world make you cold. It is so fucking easy for this world to make you cold. Don't let it. Because when we go cold, we numb ourselves out to all the incredible experiences that we have out there. And it's worth it to experience all of the things, all of the feelings. Tell people that you love them. Tell people that you care about them. Put yourself out there. Which brings me into, put yourself out there. Absolutely put yourself out there. Chase your fucking dreams. Chase the person. Chase the career. Chase the dream house. I don't know. Whatever it is that, like I said earlier, sets your soul on fire, chase that. Follow that. Love that. Pursue that with all of the passion in the world. Because we have one life. We have one freaking life. Tomorrow isn't guaranteed. We plan our lives like tomorrow is guaranteed. It's not. We plan our lives like we have a lifetime. And we don't. So chase your dreams. Chase what sets your soul on fire. Fuck what anyone has to say about it. If someone tells you that your dreams are too big, they're living in a box. And their dreams weren't supported, which is very sad. When someone tells you that your dreams are too big, feel sorry for them. And chase your fucking dreams anyways. Because no one is going to create the life that you want for yourself but you. No one is going to give you everything that you want and you desire and you need in your life but you. Which goes back to, we are our own main characters. We create our lives. Being your own main character, chase your dreams. Chase what sets your soul on fire. Release anger. This one took me a really fucking long time because I was such an angry person for such a fucking long time. I was filled with anger and resentment and bitterness, and I took it out on literally everyone I came in contact with. And I woke up one day because I was so angry from things that had happened in my life, from things that people had done to me and experiences that I had that I really didn't have a say in, through childhood trauma, through events. We all have things that have made us who we are. We all have the right to be angry about certain things. And I'm not saying don't be angry. I'm saying don't let that anger consume you. Don't let it turn you into someone that you're not. Don't let it make you bitter and resentful, because whoever in your life instilled that pain into you, that helped brew that anger, they don't deserve to take anything more from you than they already have. They don't. Release anger. Don't let it consume you. Don't let it make you bitter and resentful, because I did it for years. And one day I woke up and realized that the anger that I was holding inside of me for well over a decade wasn't serving anyone, because the people that I was so angry at and I was so hurt by, it's not affecting them anymore. Release the anger, because you deserve the peace. And I'm not saying that you have to forgive them, but forgive yourself, because life is a beautiful, beautiful thing. In living a life filled with anger, we all know the saying, holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. And there's so much truth in that. So whatever it is that you need to do to work through that, to heal for you, take those steps. Which brings me into, take as much time as you need to heal from anything in your life that you need to heal from. Feel your feelings. Validate those feelings. Because, I say because a lot. Time heals all things. It really, really does. Time heals all things. So if it feels like it isn't healed, just give it a little bit more time. Birthdays are such a weird thing that we were brought onto this planet at a very specific day, at a very specific time, for a very specific reason. Because we are all here for a reason. Whatever your lessons are that you have learned throughout however long you have been on this planet for, take a step back and think about them for a second. Think about the things that have made you who you are, the lessons you have taken from those experiences, the people in your life that have molded you into the mosaic that you are today. And whatever they are, see the beauty in it. even in the pain, even in the hurt, even in the heartbreak. It has all made you who you are. And that is an absolutely fucking beautiful thing.